All right, Vonnie.
We're back.
I don't know why it's funny when we say that.
I don't know, but we're going to roll with it. I love it.
I guess first we should talk about our new setup we got here.
Dude, this is so amazing.
So our podcast has gotten so big that we have outgrown our original setup.
Yes.
And now we have, we're like the Joe Rogan Experience pretty much now.
Basically, but just a little bit better looking.
Yeah.
We outgrew our old electronics in exactly 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible.
It is. So now we're set up. If you can see, if you're watching the YouTube, we're going to have a YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is live, and we've got the first, second, and third episode on there. Cajun Ninja, and then last week we had Danielle Busby on, my sister-in-law, and that was a fun time.
Yes, it was.
That was a good time.
It was a very good time.
So we've had some good feedback on it. A lot of people watched that one and listened to that one. I figured it would because, Danielle's a pretty popular figure, and my sister-in-law. So,
and we made her funny.
Yeah, she needed a lot of help.
Yeah,
a lot of those are generated. We gave her the lines that were freed.
There was no pre-screened questions, but it was pre-screened humor. We had to tell her how to do it. We met at McDonald's right before the episode.
Yep. So, man. So, like I said, it's been a few. This is our fourth episode.
Fourth episode, yeah.
Live on YouTube now, which is awesome. The guys at Media by Bison are hooking us up with all that, and same as the Bison products you see here are, they're our show presenter. So we appreciate the heck out of our show sponsor and everything they're doing for us.
Making us a badass.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yep. You're still somewhat of a badass, but I'm
getting there, man. I'm growing into my own skin.
At 38, you might as well.
Dude, I know. I'm
trying to think what else we wanted to talk about this week. We have a few things that we want to do. I guess we can tease it right now. We put up we decided last week we're going to do a sibling DNA test. And we might as well do it on here, do it on the podcast, and have the video up. And then we got some ideas. We got a special guest the next episode that's going to they're going to read the results.
And this special guest, there is not going to be anybody who does not know who this is.
Yeah, no. This is going to be, I hope this will be our first viral video.
It is going to be absolutely incredible.
Yep. So as you can see, we have the DNA test here. I guess I'll swab your mouth, you swab mine.
Yeah.
Make it weird.
Yeah.
So this should be fun. It's been funny. We put it on YouTube. I put it on Instagram as a poll in my story, and it's like, let me see. I can tell you exactly what it was. I asked the question, should we do a sibling paternity test? 78% said yes. 22% said heck no. What if?
What? Like those 22%?
I don't know.
Are they worried?
Are you worried about my parents' feelings?
Are they? I don't get it. Maybe they're just trying to look out for us for some.
You're older than 18. There's no. Unless we get some back child support. Yeah. We get my dad would be pissed.
My dad's already paid his dues. He doesn't care at this point.
Oh man!
I just hope we don't find out that you're my dad.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I'd had been getting busy at 1 year old, which,
dude, I wouldn't put it past you.
I'm from Westlake, Louisiana, dude. That's how we do it. That's how we roll in the wasp nest. So you never know.
Come out thrusting.
Yeah, right. So we're gonna do these a little later, which should be a grand time. It says DNA testing kit, paternity, maternity, sibling, twin, grandparent, aunt, uncle, Y chromosome, and single profile. So maybe your grandparent. You never know.
You could be. Yeah, you never know.
This is gonna be funny,
dude. I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited. I'm more excited about. We have an idea what this is gonna say, but the special guest that's going to
read it is the best part.
Yes. I hope this all goes as planned, like it works out and as funny as we think it's going to be.
Well, we've already set ourselves up for failure saying he's going to do it. So if he doesn't, we're back to square one.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. But no, I think we're good. But yeah, over the last week, I'll have random people hit me up still, like I know you do, text me and ask me, or just say they listen to the show. And I've had people appreciate that, even fans online and friends that we're on YouTube now. Because some people, like my dad's like, well, that's how he watches and listens to most stuff on YouTube. So then my dad checked it out and he was wondering if Vaughn was his illegitimate son.
You can watch both of his sons.
Just
kill it in the podcast game.
We just want to make Dad happy.
Yeah. Tim, just want to make you happy, buddy.
So, yeah, man, it's been funny. But I've had people reach out to me they used to work with, and they're like, man, you need to tell some stories from the old Sprint cell phone days.
Yeah.
So I had a good one I wanted to tell. Vaughn's got a good story I want him to tell as well that he's recently told me, and I think it'll be a good, just because it's just bizarre.
It is.
So I'll kick this story off real quick. It's this was early, probably 2008, 2009. I was a assistant store manager at Sprint cell phone store in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and it's a big store. Bunch of young guys and girls that we just cut up, and there was not much professionalism going on there. And we had our friend Linda. I was going to change the names. Maybe I should. Maybe I'll change the name of the guilty person in this story. But she would go, grab lunch or bring lunch back to the store. One day, she allegedly bought 2 shrimp baskets from Popeyes. And so she's back there. Apparently, she eats one of them, and then she leaves another one back there. So then later on the day, I guess she comes back, and one of the shrimp baskets is gone. Like somebody ate her box of food. And so she made a big deal about this, like big deal. So as me being a professional manager, I started like going around telling people like, hey, I know who ate it. Like I kind of like planting the seed with people who would go tell people. I'm like, I'll change his name for public record, but Chris Erbelding, who's actually his real name. So I told everybody, I said, dude, Chris ate it, and just so I knew it would get back around to Linda. So that kind of went on. This is like over a couple of days. I mean, I'm just building this up. And so I'm printing out like pictures of Popeye shrimp baskets and place them all over the store saying, have you seen these shrimp? And people were like, a lot of people, there's a lot of chatter, all kind of stuff. So Chris, he was very infamous for leaving his computer unlocked. And so there was many times back in the day where I would go on his Facebook, maybe MySpace too, and I would go and update his status, and he would he'd get really mad at me for doing that. He'd say people from his church can see it, and I would just it's very crude things, And maybe I'll have him comment one day about some of those things. So I went by one day and his computer was unlocked. I was like, perfect. And he had his Gmail open. So I go in his Gmail and I email Linda. I'm like, Linda, hey, it's Chris. I'm sorry. I ate your shrimp basket. I was hungry. I didn't have any money for lunch. I'd appreciate if you didn't tell anybody. Just got embarrassed. And I was like, oh, man, this is perfect. I typed this whole thing up. So, like, I give about 30 minutes and I walk across. And Linda's in the service repair side of the store. And, like, she's, like, flagging me down. She's like, come look at this. Look at this. I knew Chris ate my shrimp. And I was like,
Linda's a snitch.
I was like, I told you he ate them. I said, I figured, I was like, I do likes to eat, man. And so it went like, she was like, so like, I was like, what are you going to do? She was, I don't know. I'm like, well, he's already embarrassed. You don't need to, bring more attention to it. I wanted this to die down where she thought he did it. Coming from his personal email from Gmail, it was like the perfect thing. And then like, probably the next day, I walk in the store, I think it was, and Chris is like, Dale, he was pissed.
Yeah.
He's like, you got my email, sent Linda an email. So she responded to him, like, accepted his apology about eating her shrimp. And oh dude, it was so good because it was literally like it was a week long. It was very elaborate and just things just kind of worked out. I mean, to this day, that was like 2009 probably. We still like the memories on Facebook will pop up and like all my old friends from the Sprint store. We rehashed the story and everybody blames Chris still after all these years. So
why did she buy 2 shrimp baskets though?
I guess one for, I mean, you work longer shifts there. So, you know, she had one and she had something for later, I'm guessing. I don't know.
So the second one wouldn't have been warm shrimp. She'd have had to put it in the microwave. I mean, these are the things I think about.
Yeah, it stunk.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. So Linda might be mad at me telling the story, but it's okay. It's all good.
Sorry, Linda.
But we had some good time. Like the store manager, Judy, was a good friend of mine, worked for years. And then Denise was our district manager. And like, I had so much stuff going on there all the time. Like she would come in and like, hey, what's your latest prank? You know, because she knew I was always pranking people. So,
yeah,
you know, they weren't really worried how productive we were, but it was more about how much fun we had.
I was back in the good old days.
Yeah.
When you could actually have fun.
You could have some fun, man. It was, I'll tell you what, when Chris found out that I sent that email, it was priceless, man.
Poor
I was
Chris.
like, it's your fault. You can't leave your computer unlocked. He brought it upon himself.
Were they jumbo shrimp? Or popcorn shrimp?
No, they were jumbo shrimp.
So it was a big problem.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Linda didn't have her second lunch, you know. So
poor Linda. We're gonna have to tag her on this.
Yeah.
Poor
Oh
thing.
yeah. It's funny because she's a good friend of my mother-in-law's too, and I've known her for years. So but we had some, like, that's probably one of the most PG-13 stories I have there at the store.
Well,
sadly, but it was a good one. I was like, man, I could probably tell a lot of stories, but I wouldn't have to have. I need to have no children listening.
well, we can do the Patreon too and tell stories. I mean, I have some too. But.
Yeah, I think you should tell the Sherpa story before we move on.
Yeah, the Sherpa story. So those who don't know, I went to Oklahoma State University right out of high school, and you know, it was basically it was a new place. I didn't really know where Oklahoma State was. It's Stillwater, Oklahoma. I didn't even know where that was. So I ended up going to school there, and I had the summer before school started. I had met some friends that were friends of friends, and you know, we were hanging out one night, and we were, you know, the internet. This is 2003, so the internet was a thing, obviously, but you know, ordering stuff online, like back in the day, it was eBay. You know, you order something, and you're happy to get it in the next month.
Yep.
You know, there was no Amazon. Well, we were sitting around, probably too much to drink. I'm gonna have to assume. And one of my buddies was talking about what Sherpas are.
Yeah.
You know, a Sherpa, for those who don't know, are people that are Nepalese that carry weight in sacks, like backpacks, up the side of mountains for people. Basically, Mount Everest is.
Yeah, I've recently watched. They have a documentary on Netflix.
The Alpinist.
I don't know, the guy that wanted he climbed like all the highest peaks, 7 peaks in like 4 months. Like the last person did was like took him 7 years.
Did he have a Sherpa with him?
No, he is a Sherpa.
Oh,
and he's got a team of Sherpas, like guys. And then he was on the Rogan. I heard him on Joe Rogan, and man, it's crazy, like how they're acclimated to
it's unreal.
altitude and what they do.
But, it's absolutely unreal.
Yep.
So anyway, we're sitting around, and then you know, we were talking about how it would be funny to get a Sherpa and just like
party with him,
just like ride on his back. So, back in the day, I was fortunate enough that, you know, my college was paid for, and I had zero financial acumen, and I'm looking back at it that I'm glad that I didn't have to pay for my own college, because the money would have gone to Sherpas and not college itself. So I had money when I got to college, a little bit of money. So I thought my first purchase for college, to just like kind of get me out there, was to get online and rent a Sherpa. So we found a website, and to this day, I don't remember what it was. And we got on there, and I paid oh man, I think it was like $3,800 to rent
A
a Sherpa.
A Sherpa from Oklahoma that probably he'd never seen altitude.
Never. So it was like this whole elaborate thing. So I go on there and I use my school debit card that was linked up to some bank, and so I pay for the Sherpa. A buddy, and it was like order Sherpa now, and you get it 24 hours later or whatever. I don't remember exactly how it worked, but we end up driving to the airport, picking the Sherpa up. I cannot remember his name for the life of me. He speaks zero English. At least I think he doesn't speak any English. But it was like this elaborate thing where we picked him up. He had no luggage. He had no nothing. He gets in the car. We drive back to Stillwater and we start partying with this guy. He doesn't talk much. He like uses hand signals. He drinks like a fish, like an absolute fish. And, we did exactly what we said we did. We rode on his back and like hung out with him. And he was smoking cigarettes like left and right. And, he's short. He in my mind, he looked like a Sherpa.
Yeah. Do you like dress like a Sherpa?
He wore a brown, like
indigenous clothes,
leisure, like a leisure suit. It was brown, and we had him for like 2 days. Maybe it was one night, but he stayed the night, and yeah, he wore the exact same clothes, and then just the next morning, somebody came and picked him up. I look back at that now, and I know that I got duped. This guy cannot be from Nepal. Who gets a Sherpa in 24 hours from Nepal? That is a 22-hour flight, and here I am.
Dude, they're just sitting on go.
Dude, I know. This guy was probably from Bixby, Oklahoma, and he just looked like a Sherpa. But yeah, he got $3,800 out of me.
He's been at the top of the Sears Tower once.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, on an elevator.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we rode him. It was cool.
I mean, why'd you ride? Like, is that what a Sherpa does? They carry stuff. They don't just.
Well, I know, but
they don't get people piggyback rides.
Well, he did. He did. I mean,
how do you? Okay, if you don't speak English, how do you like? You just jump on his back, see what happens. Or?
Oh well, we did like Sherpa language, so we would like show him like a picture of somebody riding on his back or something, and we'd be like point to ourselves like me on your back.
Yeah,
and he'd be like, "Oh yeah." And
he spoke English there.
Yeah. Right when you start talking about riding on his back, he gets excited. So yeah, we just got on his back, like we just hold beer, and he would just walk. He would just like walk around the back, and it was.
You should have charged for those to recoup some of that $3,800.
You're right. It was almost like a petting zoo. Hey, come right on the Sherpa's back, but yeah, that was.
That was in 2003. 2003. I mean, there was no laws then. So
no,
nowadays you probably can't get away with that.
No,
but.
And here I am.
That's a great story.
Here I am later. My parents don't know until now, but here I am now.
Well, they've always wondered what that rentasherpa.com website was.
I guarantee it.
$3,800.
Well, they know now. Sorry, Mom and Dad. I made it. So,
that's a lot of money for that.
Yeah.
I wonder what that goes for nowadays. We need to look that up.
Oh yeah,
that could be a good episode.
I just got an idea.
All right.
We need to rent a Sherpa for one of our podcasts.
All right. Well, we got to find one that speaks a little English.
Well, yeah. I mean, those are rentanenglishsherpa.com.
Okay. It's the new site.
Now, you can be a little bit more choosy nowadays. Okay. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Internet's more robust.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's funny, man.
But yeah, that was one of my wild stories. I've got a gazillion of them. So I mean,
dude, we've talked about this. We want to keep these episodes and this show clean, just for sake. We got jobs, and we're not trying to be vulgar and like that. So I've got a bunch of stories, but I gotta like recall some stories that are PG-13.
Yeah,
same for you. Just so
yeah,
don't do nothing too incriminating.
And it's hard to do that because my life is a story, and I would say 85% of those are not PG-13.
No. Hey, it's funny. So my best friend from birth, Jake Carver, he texted me yesterday. He's like, "Hey man, I finally listened to the Danny episode." He calls her Danielle Danny as well. He's been on her just as long as I have, and he's like, "Man, that was really good." He goes, "Supernatural." I was like, "Well, it's more natural because we're in person too." Yeah. And He's like, I hate to say it, but I think Vaughn's funnier than you.
Well,
and I was like, I said, Vaughn's funny. I said, plus you've heard my stuff for 39 years, dude. So I was like,
that's very true.
You're probably annoyed by me by now.
That's very true.
It's like,
and my best friend listened to the first episode. He didn't have to wait all the way till the third one.
Yeah. So it was fun. I was like, no, Vaughn's funny. I said, hey man, he's a good co-captain. We got it going on. But I was like, it was just funny. He's like, I hate to say it, but I think Vaughn's funnier than you.
Yeah, he probably.
And he's like, I'm glad you didn't tell the story about X. Man, I got a good story about him. When we talked about that old house we lived in, but
yeah,
this is not for.
This is
not safe for work.
This is Patreon.
Yes, this is Patreon.
Yeah, I hate it when people are like, because everybody knows we're doing a podcast. They're like, oh yeah, don't talk about this. I'm like, you can't tell me to not talk about something because that will guarantee you that it's going to be talked about.
Like our friend you met the other night.
Yeah.
We can't say her name.
We can't say her name.
It rhymes with Shmina.
It does. I mean, we're going to talk about it. But we're not going to talk about Shmina.
She hates hashtags too. I got trouble last night for tagging her in a picture with a hashtag, and I had to change the hashtag. Like, I changed it multiple times. She didn't approve any of them.
Oh man, I'm so glad that I was a part of that.
Yeah. So I think we'll take a little break. We'll have play an ad from our sponsor, and then we will get to the DNA test. How about that? Yeah, here we go.
I've always wanted to be a badass.
You're definitely not. But,
well,
I've been somewhat of a badass. And then more so, I've been drinking these Bison energy drinks.
Yeah.
And their slogan is, let's face it, you're a badass. Take a sip of this. Like,
that's all it takes?
Instant badass.
It's guaranteed?
Try it.
All right, dude. I'm going to try it.
So the cool thing about these guys, they are a local-based League City company, and they got great products. I mean, let alone they have energy drinks that turn you into a badass. They also have beard balms, which will go good with your freshly shaved face. So you need to grow a beard.
Is my voice deeper now?
It's definitely, you sound more badass.
Because I'm a badass.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. I haven't drank enough yet.
Oh.
But yeah, man. So you need to check these guys out. Bison Energy. They have energy drinks. You have the regular. I have the sugar-free. They have tattoo salves. They have beard balms, beard oils. So you go check them out at bisonproducts.com and use the code DALE. Gives you a discount at checkout. And it also helps put money in our pockets. Let's face it.
Absolutely.
It's going to help us out.
Now, after having that, I'm going to need that beard stuff because I'm going to grow one.
Yeah. All right, Vaughn. We're back from our scheduled break from our podcast sponsor.
Our intermission.
Yeah. So now it is the time for the DNA testing kit. Do the horn. Now when it's time for the DNA testing kit, do it again. Yes. It's so classic. That's the best thing about this board.
It is. It is. I can do anything I want.
There we go. You're lucky that's not by me. What's probably worse is by you.
Oh, yeah, I know.
All right, so let's get this open. I think we should. I'm gonna give Jason my phone. I think he should get some video so I can have some video on my phone to where we can have some you and video some. I'll have Jason video some of this so we can put some of this on YouTube and on Instagram. So we can have some stuff. Let's see what it says. Private and confidential. Well,
not anymore.
No. We're an open book, folks.
Dude, we're open books.
Sterile polyester tipped applicators. Are these rectal swabs?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, rectal then mouth.
Yes.
There's swab envelope. Okay, so we need to do. Okay, well we'll read the instructions after.
I'm assuming we just swab our mouth and then that's it.
But do you put this here? So let's swab our mouth. I'll give you an envelope. I'll take an envelope.
Okay.
And then we'll stick ours in the envelopes so we can find out that I'm your dad.
Who are you in the test?
What's it say?
It could be potential father, mother, son, daughter, sibling, grandparents.
I'm going to put sibling and potential father for yours.
All right.
Some your order.
I'm gonna put sibling.
Yeah. And son.
And son.
Okay, hey, here.
We have a case number.
Oh my God. Do you just swab the inside of your mouth? Look, there's two of them in here. I guess we'll swab both.
I think you do both. Yeah, you can do both at the same time.
I'm gonna throw this trash on the ground. Your mother-in-law can pick it up.
That's okay.
Okay, so swab your mouth.
I guess we do one each side.
Yeah, I would do both. I would just do.
Dude, you're for sure gonna be my brother now. And now we just put it in here.
Yeah, put it here. We won't seal them yet. We'll just put them in.
I feel like we're shipping our DNA around the country.
Keep yours separate so we don't mix them up. Okay, so we got the Alpha Biolabs swab test done. We're gonna send these in, and this should be dude, what if
I know
for a fact that we are not siblings. But
maybe not siblings, but what if it comes back and it's like some way like you're like a first cousin. So it would be so weird in the fact that if you were like a cousin or something, because I have literally my family came from Germany. There's like a very small portion of us.
I'm Dutch.
And I don't think any of my family's ever even been to Louisiana unless your dad traveled.
My dad, he did frequent Texas.
Oh.
Clear Lake area. Where are you from?
Yeah. Uh-oh. Rockport, Texas.
Dude, my dad had like long hair. He was a bodybuilder. Drove like Corvettes. Was your mom into that?
My mom loves Corvettes.
Okay. Well, there you go. We're brothers. Okay.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna keep this like this.
I put a little dash in mine so I know that it's mine. I've got a little crease right here.
Okay, good. This is gonna be funny. I'm just excited for. I'm more excited for who we have. Like the guest is gonna be like getting our results read to us.
Yeah.
So we need to get these out today, and then by next week when we record a new episode, we'll have the results in.
Yeah, the results take 3 to 5 business days.
Okay, so we get it in today's Sunday. We hope we get it in by Friday.
Yeah,
I need to see if we can expedite it.
I can overnight it.
So we'll have the results. We will talk about that. We may have a guest next week. I think we need to talk about that.
Yeah,
and just I got a couple ideas. Somebody we could bring on in person or on over computer. But we could always open the show with the results. Or if it's some kind of funny a funny guest, maybe have them involved just to get their take on it. I think it'd be funny. We'll see. It just depends on what's going to come up of it.
It's up in the air.
Yeah. So Alpha Biolabs potentially may change our lives.
But so one of the things that so let's say we are related and you're like a cousin. Do you buy your cousins Christmas presents?
I mean, I bought you a birthday present.
You did, but I was trying to see if we could do Christmas too.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Christmas, I mean, we're podcast co-hosts, so okay. I think we should be like Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura. Have you heard that? How they do?
Oh yeah,
birthdays.
Two bears, one cave.
So like they like one up each other each birthday. I think Bert said his last birthday present he bought for Tom was like $200,000. Like they're like they every time they go up and up. Like
yeah, let's not do that.
Like he bought. I think he bought Tom whenever Tom moved to Austin for his birthday. Bought him like 2 Sea-Doos.
Dude, I hope we can get.
I mean, these guys are big time,
yeah.
But it's just, but they, Bert Kreischer, he's just over the top. So
yeah,
it just makes a lot of sense. And these guys got a lot of money, so
yeah,
they're probably right off.
I hope we can get to a point where I can buy you a Sea-Doo,
dude. I want an old school Sea-Doo like Kenny Powers had.
The one you stand up on?
Yes. It's like do flips and torpedo underwater.
Dude, obviously.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, like I said, we were excited to do this. hopefully we'll tease some stuff through the week on social media, and then we'll have these live results read. Like it'll be new to, like we won't know what they are prior.
Yeah.
We'll send them straight to,
and then we'll open it up.
Said guest for the video.
Or, yeah, that's the guest will open it up.
Yeah, I think we should have them read the results to where it's news to us as well. So we'll have maybe we'll have Jason with Media by Bison. We'll have him submit it to the person that we're gonna have read.
Yeah,
it's like a gender reveal.
Yeah,
but for 38, 39.
I'm assuming that the person that's reading this, which we do know who it is, I'm assuming that they have a PR person in like a mailbox that we can send this stuff to.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to reach out to people too online and just see if we can.
Jason will figure it out.
We'll let Jason figure it out.
Yeah, Jason will figure it out.
I mean, this guy's got to know who Uncle Dale is. I mean, if he's not, I don't know what's been going on.
Well, I'm sure he's waiting by the phone.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he knows me. I was a celebrity before you were.
He has one of your Campbell Soup ad before too.
Hanging in his house.
Yep, he's got it. So Schwabs are done. Next episode we'll have the results. And it's I didn't tell my parents I was doing this.
Yeah. I didn't tell mine either. I haven't, honestly, we've been so busy.
Maybe we should call each of our parents on speakerphone and record that.
And tell them, what are we going to tell them?
Just tell them that
what the results are?
No, I think we should tell them that we're doing this first and see what their reaction is. Like a live, like my dad would probably laugh. My mom, like, if you'd be freaked out, I don't know.
I don't even, my dad would just be like, all right. I mean, he wouldn't even like.
Well, maybe we can get them to pay for it.
Oh, I guarantee my dad will be like, I'm done paying for you. I'm done paying for you.
I'm still paying installments on this Sherpa.
Poor guy. He can't retire till he's 90 because of one night of Sherpa.
You get one piggyback ride from a Nepalese man.
My dad didn't even get a chance to ride him. I feel bad for him. That was a selfish move.
Oh man.
Thanks, Dad.
But yeah, man. So we'll have this episode live. So if you guys listening to this, hopefully our DNA swabs will be en route to the Alpha Biolabs.
Yeah.
And on our way back. And then, like I said, next week we'll have the results.
Yeah.
Live from a special guest.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we can get a guest for next week. If we can, we'll put that on social media next week, who we're expecting. And like I said, I have a couple ideas. We can talk about that off air. We can see who we want to bring on that could maybe add some humor to the situation.
Like somebody funnier than us?
Or maybe a therapist. We may need a therapist.
We do. My mom's a therapist.
That's a twofer.
Yeah, that's a twofer. She wouldn't even charge us, I don't think.
But she may need help if she realizes that.
She needs help already. Love you, Mom.
I don't know your mom, so I can't say that. But I may have to call her mom after next week.
Yeah, you have to. You probably need to.
Well, good. This is the end of the episode.
Hopefully we don't end up on Making a Murder.
Dude, that's a wild show.
Dude, it is. And this stuff freaks me out. This is the first time I've ever taken a DNA test because of this.
Really?
I don't want somebody tampering with my DNA.
Well, Alpha Biolab seems pretty credible.
Yeah,
you bought this at Walgreens.
This seems so legit.
Yeah.
And I think it was Amazon. Not
Amazon. It's just going to some guy's house in Kentucky.
It's good.
And he just screws with people. He's like, yeah, you're related.
He's gonna come back and say, he was like, oh yeah, y'all are definitely sisters.
Yeah, I mean that makes more sense than anything.
Oh my gosh! I can't. What are we doing?
Maybe you should have listened to those other 28% on Instagram that said don't do it.
Now I get it. I get why they said that. Yeah.
Maybe they're victims of this before. Like
I think they are.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there on the internet that's had some weird stuff happen to them.
Some victimization going on.
Yeah, I mean, so we're doing this live for you guys just because it's funny, you know?
Yeah.
We just
might be a big regret.
We're putting it all out there.
Putting it way out. We're putting our DNA on the line.
Exactly.
I cannot believe we're doing this.
Well, I guess until next time, we'll catch y'all on the next episode. Hopefully with some funny new content. and then we'll post stuff through the week. I'll try to get some stuff out that kind of, I don't know, man. I'm just excited about
I am
this.
too.
So, all right.
I appreciate everybody tuning into the Dale Not Dale podcast.
There it is. Later, y'all.